welcome to the world of Kenshi. We continue another glimpse into the lives of the people formerly known as the Companions. Now known as the Free People of Home, their patriarch leads a great pilgrimage as they seek trade, knowledge, and the discovery of unknown societies interested in peaceful interaction. In the world of Kenshi, societies are very wary of each other, and especially of traveling nomads. The good intent of the patriarch, however, gives the caravan a small respite at an inn within the independent village named Flotsam. After establishing themselves in Flotsam, the good doctor leads the caravan to a great city of learning, World's End. Here the people call themselves tech hunters. They are given to the pursuit of finding knowledge of the ancients, to be gathered in one place so that the scholars can study their findings. While speaking with the curator of their great library, the good doctor soon discovers that the people of World's End are not interested in sharing their knowledge with outsiders and nomads. This is very disappointing. Frustrated by this, the doctor returns to the inn. There he finds a skeleton willing to become a member of the Companions and a citizen of home. This brings hope to the good doctor as he prepares for the journey ahead. The next part of this pilgrimage turns out to be remote and mysterious. A whole town with walls is discovered, but seemingly abandoned. So the companions move. A great canyon and river, known as Wind, winds its way through the land. Companions of home discover this natural wonder and decide to travel alongside its majestic path. Through its winding paths, the caravan finds a bridge that spans across the whole canyon to a great kingdom located on the other side. They speculate amongst themselves as to how great this kingdom must be in order to maintain such an architectural structure. This possibility brings excitement to the companions as they dream of future trade and prosperity. In a town called Blister Hill, the companions are welcomed by the denizens of the Holy Nation. The merchants from home bring coin and goods, which they use to acquire the finest armor, weapons, and clothes in the land. The roads of the Holy Nation are well maintained and they are safe. This is a welcome change from what the caravan of home is used to. Overlooking the fertile plains of Okran, the companions marvel at the sophistication and prosperity afforded within the lands of this great kingdom. Stopping at a checkpoint, the patriarch asks directions from the local paladin captain. As a service to the good standing the Holy Nation regards the merchants of home, a contingent of these soldiers escort the caravan to the nearest city. It is a gesture shown to the companions so that they see and know that they are safe and welcome. Just do not have any goods the Holy Nation deems illegal.
There is always a secret skeleton in the closet of any utopia, and for the holy nation, that skeleton is slavery. The companions find soon enough many inhabitants along the borderlands that oppose the holy nation because of this fact. Some people within the borderlands do not oppose slavery. Rather, they actively capture slaves to be sent to the slave market. One such bandit is known as the Dust King. In his tower, he and his band of brigands terrorize merchant caravans such as the companions in search of their goods as well as their slaves. So the patriarch walks up to the front gates of the Dust King's tower to introduce himself by knocking on the door. Clearly, as you can see, the Dust King does not find the patriarch to be a welcome guest, although the companions of home bring with them an epic fight. After the party, the patriarch finds a frail slave locked in a cage. So happy he is to be set free, he gives his undying loyalty and becomes part of the merchant's pilgrimage. Soon, the fertile plains of the holy nation give way to the desolate wasteland. The environment is extremely harsh, and giant bolts of lightning tear away at the ground consistently. One of the companions refers to the realm as the Deadlands. It seems rather fitting, however, the merchants of home press on. When is it too late to turn back? The caravan seems to have passed the Rubicon long ago. So they keep moving forward through acid rain, blackened earth, and dark sky. In the end, the test to their faith bears fruit. A hidden settlement comprised of skeletons lies within the brutal realm. Not only that, they offer food, shelter, and eager to trade. It is a good thing, for the pilgrims were on their last leg before this oasis appeared. The realm of Venge is soon discovered to be a desert made of salt. Thirsty and burning from the salt, the merchants are surprised and overjoyed to see a settlement within the scorched desert. Since resources are rare here, bandits and outlaws are plentiful. The companions find that on many occasions, if the sheer brutality of the environment is not out to kill them, the merciless inhabitants of Venge certainly are willing to take up nature's slack. After a while, the travelers of home grow accustomed to the land of Venge and begin to appreciate its unique beauty and characteristics. What else can one do within such a foreboding place? Certainly, now one might say, enough is enough. How much more can they endure? There is no rest within this ruthless environment. Ash falls from the sky, spewed from a series of volcanoes that tremble the earth with their fury. They are exhausted. The pilgrims struggle within the lava beds as the soot and dust impede their breathing. They find the strength to continue as the promise of the new people and lands lie beyond this troubled environment. Climbing along the perilous trail up to the top of the volcano, the companions of home find the city of Spring. This is an interesting place as the people here seem to be dedicated to the ending of the slave markets. The patriarch has a lengthy discussion with the people about the egregious practice. Most of the people of Spring are content to stay within the safety of the volcano's crater. Hiding in a volcano helps them believe that they are safe. At least they are from the slavers. Within the land known as the Boneyard, a tribe of hivers occupy the realm. Unlike the hivers of Vane, these hivers are militant, territorial, and aggressive. So this leads to some unfortunate encounters due to the naive nature the pilgrims had of these species. The merchants of home find refuge in the city named Caton. People in Caton are not so warm to the group of strangers entering their town, but maintain their distance. While trading, the patriarch learns of the United Cities, of which Caton is a part of. There is a certain style to this culture that the pilgrims of home adopt readily. Although suspicious at first, the people of Caton warm quickly to the merchant's caravan as liberty, multiculturalism, and trade seems to be the founding principle of these good people. Caton has a problem. The lord of the city asks if they can kill a great white gorilla that has been locked in the town hall. Arrow after arrow gets pumped into the beast, yet it continues to decimate the brave warriors. The townfolk watch from a safe distance outside, expecting the worst. Soon, the companions overcome this beast with the prize in hand, With this act, word spreads throughout the United Cities of the companions' brave deeds and good nature. The boneyard is an interesting place. Fossilized bones of huge beasts litter the land. When did such beasts live? No one knows. It can be speculated that this was the work of the ancients, but that is something usually attributed to anything unexplained. Soon, the caravan travels to the wetlands, which is familiar territory. Having been persecuted before by the group of bandits known as Swamp Genin, the companions decide to turn the tables and subdue the brigades at their own hideout. There is a bounty on their leader's head, and the patriarch tries to communicate the value of having a peaceful nature. Do you think that the person even cared to listen, having lived her entire life in violence? Even when brought low, it may be safe to assume that if free again, nothing will have changed within her heart.
In the Greenlands, there is a particular coastal region. It is known as the Hook. The cities in this land have the greatest walls the companions of home have ever seen. The United Cities, they call themselves within this land, seem to be a multicultural people. Trade bustles freely here, and the people of home find welcoming and lucrative trade within their walls. In the city of Drifter's Last, a young orphan approaches the patriarch. She has no home and is filled with a wanderlust. Manifest is this young woman's intellect, so the companions take her with them on their pilgrimage. Kenshi is a hot and barren world, torn asunder over millennia ago by the forgotten reasons of the ancients' wrath. Enduring the heat and environments, the companions push on with the hope of finding ancient ruins, knowledge, and treasure. This is especially true in the realms of Shun around the great obsidian trader. One such place does indeed present itself one evening. The patriarch seems to have a knack for locks found on the doors of ruins, and he deftly unlocks all the puzzles and mechanisms in turn. Inside this particular ruin is a full library of salvageable books containing all manner of history and ancient knowledge. The pilgrims of home spend several days within these ruins, gathering and learning so as to improve their lives and their future. The sky grows dark, even though it is day. The plants are large and filled with spikes, and the dirt beneath their feet red as blood. The patriarch knows this place and gives the companions warning as they travel this dark valley. Having passed through Arak upon the Watcher's Rim, the merchants of home find joy in the fact that they are along the southern border of the Shet Kingdom. Their oldest city, Old Front Lines, is nothing more than a ruin. The twin cities of Last Stand within the Sten Desert is the actual living southern part of the Shek Kingdom. Though infrastructure within the Shek lands may be lacking, the warrior culture of their society keeps travel through the wilderness regions relatively safe. Another ruin is discovered along the southernmost border of Maine. Although this one is occupied by blood spiders. Clearing the spiders out really takes its toll on the companions. Wanting to impart their skills on the young orphan, the patriarch and his wife challenge the young girl to find a way to open the ancient door. Her technique is not subtle, but she opens the door readily enough. Filled with treasure, a box lays well locked and unopened inside. Turns out that the box is harder to open than the door. So, due to her young age, a temper tantrum ensues as she walks out of the ruin in search of tools. Finally, she comes back with the right tools as the patriarch and his wife wait patiently. She learns a valuable lesson today about temperance as well as the meaning of accomplishment. Traveling along the River Vane, the hivers fall all over themselves to do trade with the merchants of home. Bringing goods from far lands brings lively barter to every hiver village that they visit. And every village that they visit brings them closer to home. Upon reaching home, there is only one thing on everyone's mind, and that is a long sleep. After their rest, day-to-day life goes back to normal in short order. Study, trade with the local hiver villages, scrapping abandoned settlements, and fishing all occupy the time of the people as they work diligently to improve their lives, as well as maintain their freedom, liberty, and independence. The warriors of home grow restless quickly, however. They set out to go back to the slave markets along the south wetlands. They traveled to Adamag, which is the capital of the Shek Kingdom, so as to recruit mercenaries. Of course, with all the coin from the caravan, many Shek mercenaries gladly joined the warriors on their quest to free slaves, as well as warriors and mercenaries from all over. The wetlands are a beautiful realm. It is unfortunate that the stain of the slave markets finds refuge here. See as this warrior curses the very nature of the slave market and spits upon its existence. Standing before the market gates, the warriors and mercenaries of home gather for the assault. Meanwhile, infiltrating into the city, the brave martial arts warrior makes her way into the public bar. There she meets an unfortunate hiver slave whose tongue is cut out. The drunk slave owner bellows loudly as to this slave's worthlessness. And this angers the Kung Fu warrior, so the fighting begins. Some of the warriors of home hear the fighting, and they come to their sister's aid. Since fighting is the normal within the slave markets, the local militia is pretty slow to act. However, the chaos soon spreads to the roof of the bar. Then, as the others outside the city join in, the sounds of swords clashing soon can be heard within the bathhouse. Two epic warriors in a duel of Mortal Kombat fight mano a mano, as in the age of Bushido. After a time, the fighting overtakes the entire city. Here, the martial artist shows the slaves that her skill in unarmed combat brings low the faith of the slavers' swords. Let us not forget about the shooting. Arrows fly all over town as the warriors and slavers engage in ranged combat. The slave with no tongue seems to be keeping his head low as he attempts to crawl into freedom. This is a good idea, as the bullets and arrows flying about could easily find its mark within the bosoms of one's soft flesh. Turns out that the slavers were nothing more than bullies who prey upon the weak and the helpless. They were no match for the warriors of home. Veterans of battle against cannibals, wildlife, ancient automatons, and the like have steeled them into something fearsome indeed. In the aftermath, did the slavers learn the errors of their way, or did nothing more than a slaughter take place, with business as usual starting up again tomorrow? Facing the patriarch, these questions and more go unanswered by the warriors. It is rather shameful that half of the prosperity won by the great merchant pilgrimage is squandered on such a foolish endeavor. The patriarch addresses the village and teaches them about Stoic virtues. All the citizens of home listen to his wise voice, as everyone recognizes that he is foremost in making their liberty a reality. Who knows what will be for these people as a result of this great adventure? Would you please join us again and observe when we next meet within the world of Kenshi?